Greetings, Starfleet. Today, we gotta figure out how to save the rest of our crew. No life support. Wait, what now? Prepare and activate the science laboratory, research the transportation signal file amplifier, build 1/4 of your choice, and store deuterium. We need 500 of that. That is a limited time event. I'm not sure how long they actually give us for it, but it does look like we are running pretty low when it comes to power. All right, so hold on. So let's start scanning things and seeing what we get first. All right, so you set course for that. We need fuel, or else the ship's going to have terrible disasters, so we may as well... what now? The crew's happy about fulfilling your promise, Captain. Hey, 100 free morale, that's the spirit. Leave the storage alone and focus on salvaging from other parts of the ship. You get 380 max. All we have to do is get to 500, so that shouldn't be too bad to actually get. We got an average reward. We're at 430, so we're pretty close to fulfilling the next promise. So let's just knock that out real quick. Set the course, right next door, even better. Oh, we're full right now. Hold on, leave. That's geranium. Oh. Let's see, scan you. So let's set course, we'll grab some fuel. And then it looks like we're gonna need to start doing some building since we're at max capacity so far. Like easily accessible resources, or use the tractor beam to collect clumped up debris for easier collection. May as well risk it all. That's the spirit. The crew's happy about your fulfilled promise, Captain. Plus 200 morale. Sorry, not the sector. You. Terrible disaster. Science laboratory. What do we need? Repair this. All right, so you're in repair cycle. Shield generator. I feel like having shields up in case we get into like a combat situation is probably another pretty smart choice. We have 100 of those anyway, so we may as well max that out. Battery compartment. That's another thing that sounds kind of essential, honestly. What we have here, workshop, life support units, torpedo launch bay. I mean, I feel like that's getting into more the combat scenarios. Hire more in the engineering wing. All right, so hold on. How do we hire more in the engineering? So repair and activate the science laboratory to research the transportation signal fire. Okay, so once that's done, we'll be able to research you. Hollow deck. I feel like that's going to be another important one too, but we're going to need more engineering. So you... How do we add more? Your current technology is insufficient. Okay, so once we get more of these technology point things, we'll be able to actually do that. So we need to find Tritanium. Tritanium is an advanced resource required for construction and repairing rooms, crafting resources, production, and unlocking new tech tree, tiers, and shuttle components. So that must be more minerals that we're able to find on different planets, maybe? So we wait for that. Let's go ahead and collect everything. So we don't really need fuel. Sorry, we don't really need the parts to build the rooms. It's mostly fuel that we're going after. So let's just set course for you. 4 cycles. So by the time we get there, our room will actually be prepared for us. Let's go to enter the ship. Okay, so shield generator. You should be nice and happy. Talk of power. We may as well have that offline, and then whenever we're in combat, we can toggle it on because we don't really need it currently. Captain, the science lab is back online. We can start researching the signal amplifier. Perfect. All right, so you research and analysis, 3 cycles. So that's when we just go around, and it looks like we are missing 30 housing. A workshop repair. That seems like something, another thing important. So we'll grab you. So we don't really have too much of a choice when it comes to like moving things around. So we could just like make a housing quarters section, like over here maybe? Okay. So life support, repair. We need more tech components. So the only thing that we'd be able to use is this wing, but we don't have an option. So am I able to upgrade you then? So we can upgrade it, but that's a thing eventually later on. We have another life support on this deck, so we could get rid of this ruined room. Okay, so we don't have enough for that. So that'll be 6 cycles. We can clear that out and possibly get some more housing. Hopefully this one will be a little bit better housing situation. And then we also have this whole other floor on the right side here. Phaser control room. Ooh, that sounds important. And then I think for the main game, we'll actually like dismantle like the sick bay, and then we'll actually have like a proper layout. But for now, we're keeping things relatively basic to what they have in the general overview. Leave the storage alone and focus on salvaging from the parts of the ship. Captain, we found an abandoned ship adrift in space. It's powered down, but structurally sound with sealed storage compartments. See if we get lucky this time. Nice. I mean, more fuel is always better. 7 cycles, let's scan you. So let's go for like a far travel, because by the time we get there, everything will be prepared. So we got workshop life support. Let's see here, science lab, science, all that fun stuff. Transportation, signal flyer, amplifier is now ready. Nice, there we go, that's what we were looking for. Captain, the blueprint for the signal amplifiers are complete. However, to start the production, we need to repair the workshop. You don't say. Workshop repaired, Captain. We can start production of the signal amplifier. I guess that was a lucky guess. I was not expecting that. All right, 5 and 3. We got that. Nice and easy. How long does it take? Or is it instant? Assign a hero to this room. Ooh. Okay. Receive efficiency bonus. So obviously the science and workshop laboratory is probably going to be the wrench for the workshop. So you? Looks like 42% room efficiency. There we go. Shuttle bay. We already have one shuttle bay though, so I think we're okay. R for the tech tree. So we have impulse sections, workshops, warp drive, and shuttle bays. We have the crew. Sick bay level 2, mess hall, holodeck. We have a science laboratory. We have combat. Then we have the Borg, which obviously we haven't actually reached the Borg yet. But we can research tier 2. Alright, so let's enter the room. Signal amplifier has been completed and ready to use, Captain. It would be wise to make haste back to Ocampa. Perfect. Alright, so you're done. Now then. So we cleared out the debris. Once again, it's going to be a 2 and a 1. So hopefully, sorry, not maintenance. Crew. We don't have enough tech components for that. And that's only going to accommodate 10 different crew members. That leaves 20 people still homeless. We got 6 cycles to remove that, which once again, it's just a demo, so it's not necessarily too important for everybody to stay happy, but we'll do our best. Collect easily accessible resources or use the traction beam to clear out debris for easier collection. Of course, we'll go risk it all. More fuel, more better. Average. All right, 9 cycles away, set course. Emergency quarters are now built. Construction report. All right, so you remove the debris. That, and then clear that debris. So I mean, we still have 42 of those, so we're doing pretty good with that. Power, total amount 100, consumption 67, so available is 33. So we're still producing more power. No, sorry. We're using 67, but we're only producing 33. So we do have a net negative on that. So that's something else that we'll have to work towards. But that makes sense as we keep expanding our ship and we haven't worked on any power related issues. Right, close report. Captain, we've reached your destination. Orders. Send the way team. All right, so we have Kez. Let's see. Now those two, I guess they're already there or already on default. Well, obviously we have to have a Vulcan. Now who else do we want? Quick-witted or the Klingon? Klingons are always powerful warriors. On Martilla, as you near the tunnel entrance, a group of Kazan is already there, tinkering with the security barrier in frustration. As soon as they notice the way team, they flinch in fear and back off a bit. "Watch out!" shouts one of them. "The foreign warriors are back!" Captain Kazan seems hesitant, almost fearful. "What are our orders, Captain?" "Bluff to open fire if they don't retreat. Count to 3, ignore Kazan, and proceed directly to the tunnel." So that's kind of a low choice. That's a little bit better, but still pretty poor. Nice. The Way team confidently ignores Kazan, heading straight to the tunnel entrance. The Kazan, intimidated by the Way team's fearless demeanor, makes no attempt to stop them. Captain, we've reached the tunnel entrance, using the transport signal amplifier now to possibly breach the security barrier. Use the amplifier to locate the breach in the barrier. Use the amplifier to locate the breaches. Oh. So it's the same plan. Well, he's already fatigued, so we may as well just keep him out of it. The Way team deploys their transporting signal amplifier, carefully scanning the barrier for vulnerabilities. After a tense few minutes, they locate a small breach in the energy field. They successfully transport themselves through the opening and into the tunnel. Beyond the barrier, the tunnel opens into a breathtaking sight. Embedded into a large cavern in a futuristic environment with smooth white walls emerges in front of the Way team, glowing in a warm white light and littered with the patches of green, the campus city. Captain, we're inside the campus city, but it's a maze of streets chambers. How are we going to proceed to find Tom and Chaktoy? Let Kess lead the search. It's actually not too bad. What about you? A little bit worse. Conduct a systematic search of the city. So she's fatigued, but he does less. Kess approaches a group of Ocampa, respectfully asking for assistance locating the missing Tom and Chaktoy. The Ocampa, touched by her concern, eagerly provide directions to a medical facility. The Way team eventually finds their crew members awake, but disoriented, surrounded by a strange medical equipment. Chaktoy instinctively reaches out for a weapon, but before any confrontation can occur, the ground starts to shake violently. A message from Captain Janeway cuts through the joy of the reunion. The Caretaker's array has apparently repositioned itself and is now firing at the tunnel entrance. We need to get out of here! Lead the team through the collapsing tunnels, clear a path through any debris or obstacles. Alright, so that's a very good success. You have a possibility of failing. Lead us in there strong. The Way team clears a path through the collapsing tunnels, using their phasers to blast away any debris, creating a safe passage. They dodge falling rocks, collapsing ceiling, and ensuring everyone escapes safely. Soon they reach the exit. The security barrier, the only thing standing between them and their escape. The tremors are interfering with the signal amplifiers. Focuses, Captain. The connection is constantly being interrupted. We can't beam out like this. Analyze the tremors interface pattern and recalibrate the transporter signal to amplifier accordingly. That sounds like something they would do in the show. Or stabilize the transporter signal amplifier by adjusting its frequency and modulation. Well, will you take a little bit of a break? You're fatigued. The team analyzes the tremor interface pattern and quickly recalibrates the transport signal amplifier to compensate. The transporter's signal stabilizes, allowing the Way team to lock onto the beam and materialize safely back aboard the Voyager. Nice. And we got our crew to level 3. Well, for 2 of them at least. Back on the Voyager, Tom Paris breathes a sigh of relief. With Chaktoy's eyes, his Starfleet rescuers with suspicion. The Max commander struggles to understand this sudden alliance. Captain Chaktoy, welcome aboard the Voyager. I'm Captain Catherine Janeway, and Mr. Paris is good to have you back in my pilot. What, no champagne? Not even the replicated. I'm Commander Chaktoy, the Max. Taurus, what's going on here? Long story, Chaktoy. Short answer is we're stuck in the Federation's psycho fence in the Delta Quadrant. And we share a common goal, getting back home. Anything you would learn on the planet could help us. Ask if they know why they were sent to Ocampa. Ask about what they learned about the Ocampus. What can you tell us? Naive, friendly. They don't get out much, and that's good because they wouldn't survive. Apparently, they've been living underground for longer than anyone can remember. That's true. Our ancestors lived in surface once. Ancient journals tell us that the Caretaker opened a deep chasm and led us underground. Any idea why? They mentioned a warming? The day our surface turned into a desert. On the day that the Caretaker appeared and built our city, since then he's provided us with a campa. Oh, selfless of him. I do not believe selfless act, Captain. The Caretaker focused interest in the camp is illogical. There must be a reason through it eludes me now. Ask whether anything about the Caretaker. They said he's been outing out of the ordinary lately, abducting people. He increased the power supply to half a decade. And he destroyed the tunnels. It sounds like he's preparing for something, but what? The Caretaker mentioned that he might have what he needs. Can you make sense of that? We woke up covered in scabs, though campus said we were sent away to prevent some kind of plague. Except we weren't sick before. They also mentioned others with the same disease, but they didn't last. They died? I want you both in the sickbay now! Captain, the condition is unusual. It appears that a cellular disruption caused by the introduction of foreign genetic material. Their bodies are rejecting it rather than violently, I might add. They're fortunate a few more days and the cellular disruption would have been fatal. Foreign genetic material? For what purpose? An excellent question, Commander. It appears that they've been introduced deliberately. Though why anyone would want to inject someone with an incompatible DNA is beyond my compensation. Prognosis, Doc? I've already started the treatment. With my expertise, they should make a full recovery. Captain, there is now enough evidence for a reasonable hypothesis. The Caretaker provides the campus with a mere 5 years worth of energy, then destroys the access tunnels. In addition, he frequently mentions running out of time. The Caretaker has sustained the campa for millennia. Why the sudden urgency? It's illogical. My conclusion that is he does not intend to continue his role as the Caretaker. The Doctor's discovery further confirms my hypothesis that the Caretaker is enacting measures to safeguard the campa for as long as possible. However, they will run out of energy eventually, so he seeks a successor, someone who holds the key to their survival. Incompatibility with the Caretaker's DNA. This explains the abduction and subsequent testing of individuals from various sectors. I believe the Caretaker is dying. If he dies, how the hell are we supposed to get home? We have to return to the ray before it's too late! Captain, given the Caretaker's reluctance to cooperate, a more assertive approach would be necessary. Vulcan's right! If the overgrown energy and blob won't send us home, we'll have to blast our way out. Phasers, torpedoes, the whole shebang! I believe a tactical planning is in order. Shields first, then phasers. I also believe shields first. The shields had now been switched online. So we still have 10 homeless, so let's go ahead and clear that. Oh, sorry. We have one more cycle for you. Torpedo launch bay, though. We need to repair that bad boy. We'll be good. Repair and activate the phaser control room. Hold on. Was that not the phaser control room? Oh, you are. Hold on. Pause that. Repair you. There we go. 2 cycles. Oh, we gotta repair both anyways. All right, so let's go grab some more of these minerals over here. Then while we float around, we'll be able to finish everything. Into the ruined room. Let's do crew, emergency quarters. Now we have enough bedrooms, so they won't have to worry for quite a while. Phaser control room is now online. Nice. All right, so then we can come down here. Torpedoes. Resume the building process. So we got 3 cycles for that. You grab the max amount of materials. Nice. Then we'll head over and grab this last one. It's 4 cycles away, so that should give it time to build everything. Torpedo launch bay is now accessible. Emergency quarters. We now have happy people. 9 extra rooms. Our offensive and defensive capabilities have been restored, Captain. We're ready as ever. Let's show the Quadrant what we're really made of. 1 second, Captain Jinwei. We have to get... Destroy the vessel and salvage the re-torpedo launch bay. We finally have access to it. Blow it to smithereens. Lost due to full storage. Whoops. Captain, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the cargo bay is overflowing. If we find any more, you know where to put it. We will just lose valuable resources. I was wondering if we could expand our storage capacity, perhaps with a new cargo bay. Maybe. Sector. Alright, so you 2 cycles away. Seems we were expected, Captain. It's the Kazan. The lead ship is hailing us. They're probably not calling to chat. I'll have our Mark's raiders manned. You have support if it turns into a fight, Captain. Excellent idea. Let's see what the Kazan have to say first. Why are you here? Do you truly believe you can defeat us? All we care about is getting home, Jabin. We'll beam over to the Ray and see if we can arrange that. That's all? After your display of firepower, we do not fear you, but we are not fools. We have no dispute with you. Then leave. The Ray is ours. This is absurd. We have no intention of challenging you. The Ray is mine. Leave or face my wrath. Jabin, can we discuss this like 2 civilized? He's disconnected, Captain. They're powering up their weapons. Battle stations, everyone! Each combat encounter, you may choose up to 3 heroes to utilize their specific strengths and abilities. Alright, so let's pick ones that are based on actual good things instead of just based on if they're cool or not. Okay, so we have maneuver. We have coordinated attacks, rousing speech. That's not invasive maneuvers, shield hacking, telepathic attack. Shield hacking sounds pretty useful. And then probably coordinated attack. Warp core overcharge. That sounds more like running away. Telepathic attack. That might be good if you're trying to like go espionage and attack them from the inside. Rousing speech. Who needs peace? We need war. Voyager will fight semi-autonomously. Phasers are fired automatically, torpedoes manually. You control the ship by opening the command menu and deciding how to approach the enemy. What are your orders, Captain? Okay, so E to give orders. Order the ship to attack or defend a side with either defensive or offensive movement. Fleeing requires enemy engines to be damaged, while surrendering costs resources to form as a payment. We won't surrender. Defensive actions. So we have their weapons, shield, engines, or warp core. I feel like probably their shields. Once we get that disrupted, be good. Attack left, movement, target reach. What are your orders? Working towards that. Battle the hero abilities can be activated to either selecting them with the mouse or yeah, okay. 1 through 3. So it looks like the carrier is doing not too bad. Maybe we should start with the support vessels. Order, attack, weapons, frontal attack. We can wipe them out first. He'll lose his backup, then we can focus on the carrier. This is actually really cool. Weapons are almost offline. Ability available. One of them is down. You. Offensive. Focus on that warp core. They're not running anywhere. Torpedoes have been fired manually. Wait, what? Torpedoes have to be fired manually. They are very powerful weapons, causing great damage to systems as a whole. However, their effect is negligible against shields, so make sure you fire them from the right angle. Two targets down, 1 remain. Alright, shield, you. Let's focus on the shield. Nice! Combat results win. Hull at 96%. Doing better than expected. Our raiders are still in good shape. I'll keep it close by just in case more Kazan decide to show up. You are strong, Captain. But there is strong in numbers. I have called for reinforcements. This Ray will be mine. Then I guess we don't have much time. Hail the Ray. Well, aren't you persistent? We need to send us back where we came from. Impossible. I've barely enough strength to complete my work. Must protect the Ocampa. If I don't, the Kazan will steal their water. They won't be able to survive. You must let go of the Ocampa. Send us home. Did you ever consider allowing the Ocampa to care for themselves? They're children. Children grow up. They need challenges. Maybe the Ocampa are stronger than you think. Send us home now. You dragged us into this. You need to send us. Captain, Jabin wasn't bluffing. His reinforcements have just arrived. I could try to access the ray system and transport us to the Alpha Quadrant, Captain. No. I'm fading. Time is up. If you leave, the ray will be left to the Kazan. They will annihilate the Ocampa. You must destroy it. Don't listen to him. We'll be shredded. Please, protect the Ocampa. What is right and what is easy? The Caretaker fades away, collapsing into an inert, crystalline form. Janeway is now faced with an impossible choice. Return home to the Alpha Quadrant, leaving the Ocampa defenseless, or sacrifice the Voyager's return to ensure their safety. The clock is ticking. He's gone. Captain, the Kazan are closing in. Shall I access the primary control system to send us back? But I feel like if we destroy it, we'll probably find another way back home. Where if we let these people take over the world, they might get stronger and then cause later issues for Starfleet, since the ray will still be there. We never asked to be involved, but we are. I won't trade the lives of the Ocampa for We never asked to be involved, but we are. I won't trade the lives of the Ocampa for our convenience. Lieutenant Tuvok, ready the Cobalt device. What are you doing? The ray! That's the only way out of here. You can't. I can and I will. Our Cobalt device are ready, Captain. Fire! We'll find another way home, I promise. Who do you think you are? Make decisions for all of us. Well, I'm the captain. It was the right decision, Belena, the Ocampa. They remind me of our people. We were fighting a more powerful enemy to protect our own. The Ocampa deserve that too. 70,000 light years. We're really stranded, aren't we? Great. Now I'll definitely miss my next oat meat review. Missed behavior review should not be your primary concern at the moment, Mr. Paris. Ah, thanks, Tuvok. I hadn't thought about that. Jabin's hailing us, Captain. You've made an enemy today. Mr. Paris, put some distance between us and this place. Voyager's hull can be damaged in combat. Dialogues, a spatial phenomenon, or in the main deflector is offline. If the hull integrity reaches 0, Voyager will be destroyed and the game is over. Back to the marked destination, the third system. Running a little low when it comes to fuel though. 6 cycles away, we might be able to make it to there. Let's see, so we got 3 rooms, so that, crew, cargo. That'll take 4 cycles. Alright, cargo bay, morale, fantastic. More cargo is always going to be better. Destroy the vessel and salvage debris. Yeah, there we go. Now we have the fuel. Alright, sector. What's all the way over here? The Caretaker is dead. To prevent the Kazan from seizing control of his array, I was forced to destroy it. Jam, the leader of the Kazan Olga, has predictably declared Voyager an enemy. We are now truly stranded in the Delta Quadrant with a hostile Kazan sect on our trail. We should put some distance between ourselves and the disastrous encounter as quickly as possible. "70,000 light years from home. It seems we're in this together, Commander. Your decision didn't win you any friends, Kazan, Max, and Starfleet, but I respect you for it. Their anger is justified, but we have more pressing concerns. 2 of our crew on one ship, stranded in the Delta Quadrant, fighting for survival. I know a thing or two about survival. The Max are a motley crew. We had to learn to put our differences aside and work together to coexist. Coexist? Well, Commander, I'd like to offer you a position of the Voyager's first officer. First officer, you're willing to trust the Max with that responsibility. I'm learning to adapt. This is a new beginning, a chance to forge a new path together. Neelix, Kess, You wanted to see me. Do you need anything else before you leave? Supplies, water, medicine? Well, that's what we wanted to discuss. We'd like to go with you. But before you say anything, Captain, we both very much want to be a part of your journey. I can offer you much in this sector, Captain. Need a guide, supplies, contacts, and a cook? Oh, you haven't lived until you tasted my Angela Bosk. Much more than that, Captain. I can be your morale officer. Keep those smiles bright on this long voyage home. I have a feeling you'll need that. A guide, a cook, and a morale officer. That's quite an offer, Mr. Neelix. And Kess, what about you? What do you hope to gain from this journey? I want to see the galaxy. There's so much out there that I don't know. So much to explore and discover. I haven't mentioned it before, but the Campa once possessed telepathic powers. Generations of dependence on the Caretaker have diminished them. Perhaps the journey could help me understand these abilities and learn more, develop them. I also want to help. After the doctor cured my wounds, I realized I want to help the people too. Maybe I can learn from them, assist in the sickbay. I think the doctor would be glad to have you. Very well, welcome aboard! Captain, you might want to see this. Looks like we've stirred up a little trouble in a good way, I think. Sudden stress reveals the Voyager's victory over Jabba and sparked a mass escape from the Kazan slave camps. Didn't we waste no time in ordering the desperate survivors to beam aboard? Neelix is surprised to find another Talaxian, Zybine, who was captured while exploring the Campa landscape. Gratefully he joins the growing crowd of survivors seeking the doctor's care, plus 13 crew. Alright everybody, listen up. Stand strong as one crew, defend ourselves, unite, explore the unknown, and learn. Overcome differences, unite as one. We're alone in an uncharted part of the galaxy, facing unknown dangers. We must work together to survive. Commander Chaktoy and I have agreed to unite our crews as one Starfleet crew. Try new territories, seek solution, explore, but duty calls us home. Explore, but fight our way home. As the only Starfleet vessel in the Delta Quadrant, we'll continue to explore, but our primary goal is to find a way back to the Federation. 75 years is unacceptable. Adapt, overcome, reach home, never give up, find a way together, analyze, innovate, and find a way home. We'll search for advanced civilization, wormholes, anomalies, and any breakthrough that can shorten our journey. We will analyze, innovate, discover. Somewhere along this journey, we'll find a way back. Well spoken, Captain. Mr. Paris, you've proven yourself a skilled pilot and a valuable member of this crew. I hereby appoint you as our flight control officer. For the first time in my life, I don't know what to say. Perhaps a state that you would like to embrace more frequently from now on, Lieutenant Paris. Lieutenant Paris? It has a nice ring to it, don't you think? Hey, Harry, I bet your own promotion is just around the corner. Don't worry about it. Oh boy, imagine becoming captain one day. Very well, gentlemen. As your first official acts in your new positions, Lieutenant Paris set a new course. We're flying home. Captain, you've reached the end of the Jimmo. You made the brave choice to destroy the Caretaker's race, staying your crew far from home, greater good. The real adventure starts now. Add Star Trek Voyager across the unknown to your wish list and be ready to continue your mission when the full game launches. Thank you for playing. That is going to be it for today, Starfleet. I will see you guys the next one. Let me know if you guys want to see more of this game on the channel.